Alright, so I got a few requests to do a tutorial of how I played The Sun Is In Your Eyes by Collier, so I would love to teach it to you. I used a mixture of listening to the studio recording, or I guess the voice memo, and some tutorials from a guy, Mark Dominico, on YouTube. So definitely check out his videos if you want another angle. But I basically tried to kind of approximate the way Jacob played it. It's simplified in a few places, kind of to make it a bit more approachable and more accessible for me. But yeah, let's get started. So you're gonna take the capo and put it on the 4th fret, and you're gonna tune it to an F major 9. Tune the guitar, not the capo. So that's F, C, G, A, C, F. Sounds like that. And so let's start with the first section, which sounds like this. So I'll sort of name the frets in relation to the capo, and if you've done a lot of finger picking, then this will probably come pretty naturally, but if not, that's totally cool. It might just take a little bit longer. So you're going to start with your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and we'll start off just by playing that and the low E, then the A string, and the high E, and then the first 3 again. So all together it'll sound like just like that. So do that a few times, and then we add in the double hammer-on. So it's going to be 2nd fret of the A string and 1st fret of the G string. Just going to hammer those on together. So just like that. And then you're going to kind of do an open D and an open E. And that's going to be your loop. So it's just going to sound like this. And that's just going to be on repeat for the entire first section. You'll notice that when you add in the low E string at the end and the beginning, it kind of comes in pretty fast. But once you practice it more, you'll get the hang of it. For Throw Me the Cold, or Throw Me the Bold, he comes up all the way to the 9th fret on the E and the A string, and then the 10th fret on the D string. And then you'll play the high E. And in the voice memo, it sounds like he's doing this slide up with his middle finger up to the 10th fret, so it'll sound like this. Just like that. Then when he repeats the line, you're going to come down to the 7th fret on the E string. You're going to use your pinky or your middle finger, whichever is more comfortable, to play the 10th fret of the A string, and then the 8th fret of the G string. You're going to play those. And then the high E. So you kind of do a little alternate between the A and the G string, and then play the high E. So that section sounds like. Then you come right back down to the beginning. When he plays through the A section the second time, he'll do a little riff on the hammer-on. So that's just taking the hammer-on and sliding it up 2 frets. There you go. So for the B section, the Where I Go, he starts on the same chord from the 2nd half of the 1st section, up here on the 9th fret, and just kind of plays through the 4 notes. And then comes down to the next chord, except he adds in an extra note on the 9th fret of the D string. So, and then back to home. The next chord we've got is a new one. You're going to have your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the E string, your index finger on the 1st fret of the G string, and you're going to play E string, D string, G string, and then E. And kind of run up and down those. Just like that. So that's for You Lead Me in the Right Direction. In the cover, I kind of did a hammer-on. In the recording, the voice memo, he kind of just lands on the 4th fret and then comes off it. Just ornament it however you feel. And then for With Your Love Is My Protection, you're going to come up to the 5th fret and then do a bar. And you're going to kind of play the E string, the A string, and the D string, and then do a hammer-on the A string. So once you get the hammer on, we're going to do some more like finger picking, flourishy kind of stuff. Basically, after you do the hammer on, you'll play the E string and then the G string and then the hammer on string again. So it'll sound like this. Kind of like that. So all together. So if you're familiar with Travis picking, it's very similar to that kind of rhythm. Once you do that, you do the hammer on again into the G string, and then take the hammer on off and play it with the E string. And if you fingerpicked, or if this is just kind of like a bit convoluted, again, it's kind of just getting the vibe down. You don't have to play it exactly. So yeah, just play it however you feel. Then you're just going to come right back down to the F major. And then we're going to play one of the more challenging licks in the cover. It sounds like this. So just to break that down, it's just a bunch of pull-offs and hammer-ons. So start with a pull-off on the 4th fret of the high E string, then on the 2nd fret of the B string, to 1st fret G string, hammer-on the 2nd fret of the D string, back to 1st fret of the G, into open. So really slow. And then just to get that sort of finger style rhythm going, we're going to throw in some of the low Fs on the low E string. And so that'll sound like this. Awesome. And then in context, just go right back down to the F major. So once he goes through the B section again and he lands on that 5th fret bar chord, on the line in my eyes see a reflection, he comes up to the 8th fret, and full disclosure, I totally made up this fingering. I don't know if this is how he plays it, but I use my middle finger and my ring finger on the 8th fret of the E string and the A string, and then index finger on the 7th fret of the G string. And then I'm pretty sure he slides it up to the 8th fret like this. Right? From there, you're going to play the same chord, but just with your pinky on the 10th fret of the A string, and then add the high E. And then take the pinky off. And then just come down and plant a finger on the 5th fret of the B string. And you're going to alternate between the bass and the A and the E, and play the top 3 notes after that. Really nice and relaxed. Then you're going to take your index finger and we're going to play a chord starting with your bass on the 2nd fret of the E string. You're going to have your ring finger on the 4th fret of the D string and your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the G string. And you're just going to run through those 3 notes with the high E kind of up and down. Our second to last chord, we're going to come to this gnarly B minor 6/9 voicing. You're going to have your ring finger on the 5th fret of the E string, pinky on the 7th fret of the A string, index finger on the 3rd fret of the D string, and middle finger on the 4th fret of the G string. And you have the 2 open notes. And he plays it in this order, I think. But honestly, you just kind of play around with it, play it as you like. If this is too much of a stretch, which it's getting there for me for sure, you can just take your pinky off and kind of substitute that pinky with another, playing of the D string. Kind of gets the message across with less of a physical strain. And then right back down to the open F major 9. That's how you end the song. So I know there's a ton, we kind of blazed through it, but if you go back, rewatch as many times as you want, I hope that was helpful. That's pretty much how I played it. Yeah. For anyone who's kind of interested in an update on the channel, life update, whatnot, I just graduated from college in May, started a new job, so adjusting to that. Pretty much I have a super long list of songs that I want to cover, videos I want to make, and no real schedule for that. But I'm never gonna stop making stuff. I think it'll be something I do for a while. It'll just be very irregular. So yeah, if you found this tutorial helpful, if you want me to do tutorials for other songs, any song is fine. I'd be happy to give it a shot. And then yeah, look forward to just more music making. Hopefully, got some stuff that a lot of cool, some ambitious, some just kind of chill stuff that I want to do. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.